In this video, I want to cover how we can use EIA along with update sets to review good code quality of those update sets before we move them from a development environment to a testing environment. Now, there's a couple ways this can be done. So one, you could start a new best practice analysis review. So you go after an update set, choose a specific update set you want to review, and then run the scan from there. The other thing that we've done, if you go to the settings page, you'll see there are a couple settings at the bottom here that say apply an update to review update sets before moving to a completed status. There's a little checkbox for that. And then which of the best practice or which of the rule groups do we want to apply to that particular rule. Now what that does for us is we're looking at an update set. So if we go to one of our in progress update sets, example one here that's in progress, it'll give us a UI action on this update set. So when we're done and we're ready to mark this guy complete, prior to moving it to complete, we can say, let's go run this code review. And what it's going to do is it's going to take those properties, show that button, kind of allow this to pre-fill in a new review record with the update set, the rule groups that have been set in the settings, fill in the update set that was the context, also set the same update set as the target for any remediation actions we perform. Now when we run the review, this one's a relatively small upset, it's going to target just those records in the update set against the rules that are applicable to those tables within that update set. Now in this case, we did have some findings. Now if we didn't have any findings, it would move this directly to a completed status as well as update the update set to move it to a completed status. But since there are findings, our update set's going to stay in an in-progress state until these findings have been remediated. So we can go kind of launch this review, our review workspace. Kind of see it's across multiple different rules here. And what you'd, in essence do here is resolve these particular issues. You could go and say, I want to just go ahead and skip these. Say I'm okay with these. Kind of remediate that item, right? Move it to the side, skip remediation. Now our updates, or now our review is complete. And if we were to go look at our update set, that was kind of our source of it. It has now been moved to a completed status as well. It can now be sucked in and absorbed in our test environment or exported and then loaded into a test environment to move. So we've in essence ensured. The other thing I want to highlight just as I'm here, so we went and skipped those different items for remediation. What happens when we do these skips is it will log those in a given table called record exclusions. So it'll record basically the record that was excluded, the rule that was excluded, and so subsequent reviews, assuming these particular source records do not change, subsequent reviews will skip these particular rules for them, saying we've already accepted that as an exclusion to our typical rules. Now, as it noted, if these records change, then it'll reevaluate those rules as if it were a new record. So hope that was helpful in seeing how EIA can be worked into a SDLC process to review your update sets, make sure they're good quality, review those findings before you move that code into a, say, test and production environment. Thank you.